Hi, I'm Mrs. Ferris from Wood Library, and I'm back with another Crafter School special for kids. And today we're going to be making parachuters. Let me tell you what you're going to need for this project. You're going to need a toilet paper tube, a plastic bag, some string, 2 pieces that are 24 inches long. You're going to need some markers, perhaps some scrap paper, scissors, tape, a stapler, glue of some sort, and a hole punch. And if you don't have a hole punch, we can work around that. So let's get started. The first thing you're going to want to do is take your tube and flatten it at one end and cut off about a ½ inch. And this is for the arms. And then squeeze it back so it's circular again. Then you can decide how you want your monster person, your parachuter, to look. If you want him to have eyes, how many? If you want him to have teeth, how many? If you want him to have hair, how much, what color? So you can decide that. With the one that I made for our sample, I turned him all blue. It kind of looks like Grover to me. You can see I put arms on him. I colored him all blue. First I colored the mouth, and then I colored all around that, and I used paper for the details, his nose, his eyes, and his hair. So I think for this one, I'm going to give him some polka dots. So first I'm going to draw on a mouth. And I think I'm just going to make it a big grin this time. Like that. And then I'm going to give him some polka dots or freckles. So you can start decorating yours however you want. You can color the whole thing in, or you can do stripes, you can do patterns. See, these are my polka dots. And I'm going to put some eyes on additionally, but I'll do that after I color them in. Don't forget to color both sides of your arms, and then we're going to attach them. Find your front, put your arms right behind it, and then you're going to staple it on. And the easiest way to do that is to slide the stapler inside. I'm going to make sure I've got my mouth right where centered. Put my stapler in. Put my arms in, have it even, and then just staple it in place. So there are his arms. I also made some eyes for him, just 2 circles. Or maybe I'll make one more. I think I'm going to have this be a monster. And if they're not the same size, that's fine. 3 eyes, and I think they should have black centers. So. Then before I put the eyes on, I'm going to take my hole punch, and I'm going to punch 2 holes, one on either side, right near the top, maybe about 1/4 to a ½ inch in. So there's one. Can you see it? Right there. And then the other one right across from it. Then I'm going to glue on the eyes. And because this is a little bit curved, you may want to hold it in place until that glue sets. parachuter. And I also cut some fringe. I don't know if you can see that, for his hair. And I'm just going to curl it a little bit, pressing it forward and back. And then I'm going to put glue along one edge. And I should measure it first because I don't want it to go past those punched holes. I think I'm just a little bit too much, so let me trim off one bit. And then I can just slide that in again, center it, and there's his silly hair. So now that my parachuter is all ready, I need to work on his parachute. So I'm going to set him aside. Put away all of these other things, because the only thing I'm going to need now is the tape, the string, and my plastic bag. And these are plastic produce bags. You can also use ones that have handles on them, but you don't need the handles. So if you have one that's like that, this is a rather short one, but just fold it up and then trim off where the handles are, because you don't need that. With this one, I don't need that full length either, so I'm going to look to see where is the bottom, the part that's still connected. And I'm only going to need maybe about 12 inches. So with the bags that I gave you, if you picked up a take and make bag, I'm going to cut it off just above that warning. So I'm just going to trim it off there. And I'll stick that in the recycling bin. So there's that. I'm going to open it up. Stretch it out. And the static electricity may make it stay right on the table where you want it, but stretch it out that way. Get your pieces of string, and you're going to thread one string through each of the holes. So I've got one piece of 24-inch string. I'm going to stick it through the hole on that side and pull those so that they're pretty even. And then I'll do the same thing with the other side. I think my hair is getting in the way. Not my hair, my parachuter's hair. There we go. And then what I suggest doing, once you've got your strings, get one on one side, one on the other, is to tie a knot at the end of each of the strings. So you're going to have 1, 2, 3, 4 knots, pretty close to the end. Just like that. So I'll do it in that one, and then the other 3. This will keep your string from unraveling, and it also will help once we tape it in place, kind of locks the string to the bag. Right, so now he's all ready to go in his parachute. So I'm going to put him down on the table, have my tape ready, separate the strings so that I have the one that's coming from the outside and one coming from the inside, one coming from the outside, one coming from the inside. And we're going to do the 2 that are from the inside of the parachuter. Take a piece of tape, put it on your string. Oops, it's get that on there right. Just below that knot that you made. So like that. And then tape it inside of your parachute. Somewhat off to one side. You see that? Then take another piece of tape. Take the other string that's from the back. Tape it close to the knot and stick it inside your parachute. And guess what else you're going to do? The same thing with the other ones, but remember to tape it on the inside. So get your tape, and this time I like to have the tape facing me. Put it on close to the knot, and then I like to set it right on top of the other one, but not the sticky side down, and pull the plastic bag down over it and tape it. And then the same thing with the other one. Tape on it, facing me. Put it down on top of the other string that's taped inside, a sticky side up, and then just press the plastic bag on it. And then there's your parachuter attached to his parachute. And I think we need to try it, don't you? So let's see how our parachute works. Pretty good. That was fun. So why does that work? Well, let me tell you. Gravity is at play. Gravity wants to pull your parachuter down. The air is going up inside the parachute, and that's resisting it. So as the parachuter comes down, his parachute opens and slows him so he can gently land on the ground. Thanks for joining us for this Crafter School special, and we'll be back next month with another one where we're going to make some seed bombs.